Welcome, members of the Lollipop Guild, to Geek Salad's Retro Movie Reviews from the Geek Salad Podcast. I'm Andy.
And I'm Mike.
And it's February, which means that we are officially in our favorite season, award season. At least that was Moira Rose's favorite season. And we are going to be talking, again, as we did last year, we're going to be talking about some of the Academy Award Best Picture also-rans.
Right.
These are the movies that were nominated for Best Picture and would have stood a decent chance of winning Best Picture had the winner not won. Really no other way to put that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And tonight we're kicking it off with a movie that I'm not surprised, but I am surprised we haven't gotten to yet. The Wizard of Oz. Yeah, it was a crazy year. And I'm going to be going over that, Joe, in just a little bit about how crazy this Oscar year was.
Yeah. But yeah, The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So let me just put it out there. Okay. This is a certified classic. No matter what your thoughts on this movie are, okay? That's my caveat. No matter what your thoughts on this movie are, you cannot deny that it is a huge cultural milestone. It is very much like on the Mount Rushmore of not only old Hollywood, or that prime of old Hollywood, but also in terms of what MGM was putting out.
Yeah.
This is just, it's astounding. It's an astounding feat. So in a lot of my conversations about this, I am going to try to put myself in the shoes of somebody who actually may have seen it on the big screen. Yeah. But I'm also going to come at it too with some other thoughts too.
Yeah.
I'm trying to sync up Dark Side of the Moon with this review, and it's not working.
Yeah, we are not nearly high enough to do that.
No, we are
and,
not.
Apparently this movie was a flop when it launched.
Yes, that is one thing. A lot of like the movies that we go to, a lot of the movies that we tend to look at as being like the stalwarts, especially in 1940s Hollywood. And even though this movie was released in 1939, so kind of considered to be a 1940s movie. Yeah, it did not do well. What saved The Wizard of Oz, realistically, in terms of legacy, was television.
Yeah.
The advent of television and being able to put a movie on. Like, I remember this was a big deal. Once a year, The Wizard of Oz would come on. So for the first, 5 years that I remember watching it, it was always on television. Too far. I'll unsubscribe you guys to that goddamn Lollipop Guild song. No, don't worry about that.
You are very safe.
Some of the mannerisms which had infected 1940s cinema at that point, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I guess this movie made about $3 million worldwide in 1939, which sounds a lot, especially for that time, but unfortunately the budget was like $2.8 million.
Oh, it was insane. And the money is on the screen.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the one thing you cannot argue, is that the money is definitely there. This isn't a cheaply made movie.
The matte paintings are fantastic. The sets are fantastic. The effects, especially for the time, are fantastic.
They are, and again, putting myself in the shoes of an audience member in 1939, 1940, I would have been blown away because I was seeing things I would have never seen at that point. Going from sepia to color, that's huge. You don't see a lot of that. I mean, just 10 years before, we were getting sound in our pictures, but because they were still black and white, the blackface was still very, very black. My mom was a boomer and used to tell me growing up, one of their major family night per year was when they aired The Wizard of Oz. Yeah, it was one day per year to get to drink Pepsi.
And I guess I actually just read an article today that I guess in October they're going to be showing The Wizard of Oz on TV for the first time in on regular TV for the first time in 30 years.
Yeah. Yeah, this was a big thing. In fact, it's interesting. One of the first plays I ever did, I was a freshman in high school, and it was a one-act play called No One Wants to Know, and the entire central conceit is that there's there's this married couple, and the husband had been stabbed in a mugging, but he's trying to let them know, and no one really cares. But the central thing that is bringing people into the house is the fact that the Wizard of Oz is going to be on television.
Oh.
So, yeah, and that, again, it was a big freaking deal to do that. Now, I remember when it was released on video cassette, and that was, oh my God, it was huge because now you can watch whenever you wanted to.
Yeah.
And for some people, they were obsessed with this movie. My friend Kathy Jones has so much Wizard of Oz stuff. I mean, yeah.
I mean, I grew up. Same thing as you, Joe. Every single year, it was watching it on TV. I went with my girlfriend to see the Academy Museum a few years ago, and they had a huge exhibit all about the Wizard of Oz, like how they did the tornado effects.
Yep.
They had a lot of props. They had her dress. I don't think they had the ruby slippers because I think those are the
Smithsonian. Is still at the Smithsonian Institute in Washington until that gets knocked down. But yeah, it is definitely, there's a lot of cultural mind. It is, in fact, I mean, hell, in the Avengers, when Fury is talking about we're not going to be Loki's flying monkeys, and Steve's like, I understood that reference.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of stuff there. Yeah, cutting through the lore, cutting through the fact this was not a huge hit. And let's be honest, the year this came out, the year this was nominated for Best Picture, nothing was beating Gone with the Wind.
No.
Nothing.
Both, oddly enough, both directed by the same guy,
Victor Fleming. And there's a long story behind that too, because the tornado still scares the shit out of me. He's 53 years old today with all the CG, being from the Midwest. Yeah, that makes sense. I remember working at Suncoast. We had when Twister came out, we had these little promotional things we were giving away to anybody who would reserve the movie, and essentially it was just like a plastic cylinder, and it had some stuff in there to float around in there. And what it would do is it would do the same thing that they did as the trick for the tornado, which is just water, and you swing around, and it creates a vortex.
Yeah. And didn't they use like to do the actual funnel? They use like a pantyhose or something like that.
Yeah.
And they pour special dirt through it.
The special effects for this time are still above 10 years after this. It did. There were cows in there. So, I mean, you're still dealing with a lot of, incredible innovations in this movie. You'd mentioned the matte paintings. I mean, the art direction of this movie is fantastic.
Yeah. Although I will say, maybe it's just because it's an HD, but all the sets look fantastic, but especially like the Emerald City set, it feels very claustrophobic.
Yes.
Very claustrophobic.
Yeah, all right. So I was waiting for us to bring this up. When you hear me say HD did this movie no favors, I'm almost exclusively talking about The Wizard of Oz. Again, watching it on television as a child, magical. Absolutely magical. Watching it on like a standard def DVD, magic. They did special effects better back then because they were afraid to maim and kill. Whoa, yeah.
Oh, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
But with the 4K resolution and what you and I watched, because we both watched it through HBO, you could definitely tell that line between what the practical set ends and the matte painting begins.
Yeah, I mean the very first scene when you see Dorothy and Toto running down the road.
Yeah,
I'm just watching. It's like, okay, they're gonna cut right. There we go. Yeah, because otherwise another step and they would run right into the wall.
Yep. And this is a movie that is very dependent on its matte work.
Yes.
It's also very dependent on its makeup effects, which, thanks to HD, there are a lot of visible wig lines.
Yeah.
Like, more so than I think would be acceptable in this day and age. In fact, the Cowardly Lion's face, like, you can see the gaps in his face.
Similar to the Scarecrow. You could see, like, the line around his nose. And...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that. There's a lot of that. Remember the reverse angle shot with water in the pit.
I know that reference.
And just the stuff in the Emerald City itself, like the horse of a different color.
Yeah.
Thanks to HD, not only can you tell where they missed a spot, but also those are completely different horses.
Yes, they are.
Each and every one of them is a completely different horse. And it's not to say that they probably didn't beat the shit out of those horses afterwards anyway, but
Oh yeah. The whip was not withheld.
No. The trees. The trees were definitely looking like costumes. One thing I actually enjoyed in terms of the fact that they didn't have the technology we have now is that you couldn't composite crowds.
No.
In these movies. So in Munchkin Land, you can tell everyone who's a beat off in their steps, in their singing. They were afraid of maiming and killing animals in movies, but no, God, no, they were not. But getting to the maiming and the killing. So Margaret Hamilton suffered third-degree burns when she's making her peace out from Munchkin Land because something happened with the trap door that she was supposed to go through.
And I think the flame jets happened like a split second too late or too early.
Too early. It was too early, and she got burned.
Yeah, and I think I believe that she suffered so badly from that when they wanted her to go on the broom with the effect, she was like, no. He's like, don't worry, it's perfectly safe. No, I'm not doing it. So they put her stunt double on it, and she ended up in the hospital.
Oh yeah. Well, let's talk about the original Tin Man.
Oh, Buddy Ebsen.
So, Buddy Ebsen, Margaret Hamilton, Paul and Holly special ed. Yes.
Yeah, this movie was probably one of the worst things that ever happened to Margaret Hamilton.
Yeah, seriously.
It destroyed her career.
It did. It did. It really truly did, because all they wanted to cast her in. I don't remember the actress that they had originally tapped to do it, but they were like, "You want me to be ugly?"
You keep talking. I'm looking up the.
But let me talk a little bit about Buddy Ebsen. Jed Clampett, who was the original choice for the Tin Man, who did not realize until it was far too late into the makeup testing process that he had an allergy to the silver metal paint that they were putting on him. And he ended up in the hospital.
Yeah.
That's why they got Jack Haley to play the Tin Man.
It was Gail Sondergaard.
Yes, Gail Sondergaard, who was like, no, this will ruin my career.
Yeah. And so they went to Margaret Hamilton, who was under contract.
And Margaret Hamilton's like, yeah, okay, fine.
And it ruined her career.
After this, I'm going to end up in a psychedelic acid trip TV show for kids. Oh, Clint. There's just so many horror stories about this. God, don't even get me started on what they were doing with Judy Garland at this point.
Oh yeah, like she couldn't stop laughing when Burt Lauer came on in the Cowardly Lion costume. So Victor Fleming walked up her and slapped her. Yeah.
Makes sense. They were keeping her on a steady diet of amphetamines and to keep her up.
Yeah, and I guess she came out not long before, shortly before her death, and said that was it Mayer, this head of the studio, groped her several times, and
I'm sure.
I am absolutely. I believe her
Sure.
100%.
They also probably kept her on the worst possible diet because
yeah,
they wanted Shirley Temple.
Yeah, they didn't want Judy Garland because they thought, oh, she's too plain looking. She's not pretty enough. Let's get Judy.
Exactly.
Let's get Shirley Temple.
Exactly. I mean, Shirley Temple would have fit like what was in the book, but let's be honest. This movie does not follow the book. Tell me a story about a man named Jaden.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I vastly prefer Return to Oz to this one, because Return to Oz understood the book.
Well, and that's the thing too, is that MGM wasn't making.
No.
They were making a movie. They were not making an adaptation to a book.
Ironically, this one's still much closer to the book than the version that came right before this.
Yeah. Oh, God. We actually have a DVD. So the first DVD that we bought of The Wizard of Oz, which went missing and then showed up back again, we haven't watched it since, came with all the old L. Frank Baum movies.
Oh.
All the old silent black and white movies. Yeah. And it's just funny because MGM owns so much of the look of this movie that everyone who's come after has tried to emulate it, and they legally cannot.
Yeah. But don't worry, you can stick with Silver Slippers because that is actually authentic. They use red because Technicolor.
Yeah, exactly. They wanted to show off the Technicolor. So every Oz movie that comes out after that is the Senor Spielbergo of the super creepy Wizard of Oz black and white movies. Oh, they're
yeah.
So let's talk about the actual movie itself. We've gone over kind of the history of it.
For me, this movie, like, for all the great things about it, the script is not great. It is clearly written and designed as a kids movie. That when the writer has thought, oh, kids are stupid, they'll believe anything.
Yeah. My thoughts on this were all the parts of the script were written to get you to the next song.
Yeah.
And
I also am so glad I watched it with the captions on, because growing up, like, majority of those songs in Munchkinland and the majority of King of the Forest song, I had no idea what the hell they were saying.
Yeah.
No clue. None.
No, exactly. That's because, everyone was being recorded on stage. And, what was it? Speaking of which, what was up with the Lollipop Guild guys' mouths? This was a trope that certain character actors would do in the 30s and 40s. They were like, talk out of the side of their mouth like this.
Say?
I was telling my kids about this today, that, like, the movie Mr. Deeds Goes to Washington.
Yeah.
With Jimmy Stewart.
Mr. Smith Goes to Washington.
Mr. Smith, thank you. Mr. Deeds is a completely different movie. So Mr. Smith Goes to Washington.
Also nominated this year.
Yes. So when they're trying to find the replacement for the senator who died, one of his kids mentions Mr. Smith, but he's talking about him like this, the side of his mouth. And this kid was like 11. I don't know what that deal was, but
that it has been so long since I've seen this movie, and so I had forgotten how intensely creepy Munchkinland is.
Oh,
holy crap! I mean, the longer I was in that scene, the longer I'm like, you know what? If I was one of the witches, I'd abuse these guys too.
Yeah,
these little bastards deserve to be tortured.
And I kind of feel too that, hearing the production stories. Oh, it's the Swift Traffic crew had a great joke about Lollipop Guild. It's like some kind of weird experiment crossbreeding Charlie Brown and Popeye.
They're not wrong.
No, you're not. Hearing the stories from the production.
Yeah.
And they did make a movie, which is a fictionalized version of this, called Under the Rainbow, with Chevy Chase and Carrie Fisher.
Oh.
Billy Barty plays a Nazi in it.
Oh.
Yeah, not worth your time to look for. But from everything I have heard about the production end of this movie, I feel like almost all the stereotypes of little people came out of the production of this movie. Apparently, this movie, like that Munchkin Land set, was a monkey house. It was just.
Yeah, I've heard similar tales.
So yeah, but no, I feel like the script is, again, it's there to get you to the next song, which is sad when you get to like that 15-minute stretch of If I Only songs.
Yeah, and I mean, the songs were a lot more charming when I was like 10.
Yeah.
Now it's just like, how many ways can they rhyme whiz?
Yeah. That's very true.
It's like it's like the Your Mean One, Mr. Grinch song. How many ways can you try to rhyme gunk?
Right. And it's funny too, because the best song out of the production, with the exception of Over the Rainbow, I will admit, Stone Cold classic, was cut, and it was the Jitterbug.
Oh yeah, which is weird because they left in the line. They left in the Wicked Witch's line saying, "I sent a bug to take the fight out of him," and then you never see the bug.
Right. It does exist out there. They should focus more on easing on down the road. Oh,
the Wiz.
My high school did an all-white version of the Wiz, so
I mean, it's kind of hard. I mean, Over the Rainbow, nothing's going to top Over the Rainbow.
No.
And
I can't answer that question for you because about which one's better, this or the Wiz, because I haven't seen the Wiz in forever, which might just be why I probably have to pick this one. But yeah, no, the Jitterbug scene exists out there. It shows up as a deleted scene on DVDs and Blu-ray.
I haven't seen it,
but you can also see if you ever see a staged production of The Wizard of Oz, it's in there. They always leave it in there because that's your big chorus number.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might need to see if it's on like YouTube or something.
Yeah. So, shall we talk Oscars, as now we are part of the
well, I mean, it is also nice to know that the Wicked Witch of the West was also a drug dealer.
Yes.
Well, I mean, to be fair, so is Glinda. Because the Wicked Witch got him down on opium, and then Glinda got him right back up with a bunch of snow.
Yeah, what is up with Glinda? Like asking Dorothy if she's a good witch or a bad witch, and then afterwards revealing bad witches are ugly.
Dude, well, I mean, Glinda should have been named Glindes Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, wait, how do we get out of this? Glinda shows up and fixes everything. Done. Cool. Great.
Yeah, exactly. She shows up as like that secondary photo in like an elementary school thing. Owen Mills.
I like at the beginning of it, she's like, I wonder what those slippers do. They must be pretty powerful. And then at the end, like, oh, they can bring you home. Where the why
Dennis Miller? Okay, back when Dennis Miller used to be funny, he had a bit about that. It's like, you had the power to go back, back all along. All you had to do was clip your heels 3 times together. I always wanted to see Dorothy beat the shit out of her at that point. You had the power to tell me that 3 hours ago.
One thing I also noticed this time around, sorry, I'm not getting to the Oscars yet, but
yeah, Dora,
this really kind of bugged me. It's like the whole point of, for the most part, the point of movies is for their main character to go through a character arc. Dorothy's character arc completed before she even got to Oz. It's like, well, I want to run away from home. She met up with that con man. It's like,
Mr.
you should probably go back
Marvel.
home.
Yeah.
You know how much you miss your Auntie M, and you better go home. Okay, I'll never leave home again. And you go to Oz, and they spend the next like hour and a half. It's like, you have to learn the lesson you already learned.
Yeah, you're already trying to get home. There's at no point when you're like, I should stay. It's so much better here.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to go home, but I didn't want to go home enough. I need to really want to go home.
Nice. Ruby Slippers the same ambiguous power that the One Ring had. One like huge magical object. What does it actually do? Well, click the heel 3 times.
You know what that makes it? Maybe Glinda pulled a Gandalf and we had to go to the Emerald City libraries to research the red slippers and find out what they did.
Or it's just like when she, Gandalf in The Hobbit, where he just kind of leaves for a while
Yeah.
and then back to your entire life in tiny small towns, your childhood home.
Yeah, and never leave your elderly aunts and uncles ever
on your dirt farm. All right, let's talk some Oscars here. So, okay. The Wizard of Oz was nominated for Best Picture. It lost to, as I mentioned before, Gone with the Wind.
Yeah.
And this was a crazy year for the Oscars. Other nominees were Dark Victory, Love Affair, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, Ninotchka, Of Mice and Men, Stagecoach, The Wizard of Oz, and Wuthering Heights. There's a ton of movies that are actual classics on here.
I can think of at least half of that list of movies that I know and think, wow, they. But then again, it was Gone with the Wind. So.
Yeah. Victor Fleming did win for Best Director, though.
Yep.
For Gone with the Wind.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me because Gone with the Wind had 5 different directors at different points.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I believe I've heard that actually Wizard of Oz had a few different directors as well.
It did. And then Victor Fleming is just like, oh, we got to freaking bring him in, don't we?
Well, I mean, Victor Fleming had to be bouncing between this one and Gone with the Wind. I'm guessing Gone with the Wind had a lot more budget to it.
Oh yeah, it was the MGM prestige film.
Yeah.
I was pulling up the Wizard of Oz's Oscars here. It won 2 Oscars.
Joe has it was 1930s, so of course they were going to give the win to the movie that glorified the antebellum South.
Hey, Gone with the Wind was the first movie though where they awarded an African American actress a competitive Oscar, Hattie McDaniel.
They just wouldn't let her accept it.
No, they wouldn't let her accept it, and then
it was stolen.
Yeah, no. What's her name? Oh God, what is her name? Olivia de Havilland was like they had to like slap her to get her to go out there and watch applaud her afterwards because she was so destroyed she didn't win.
Kind of cool thing that they do at the Academy Museum.
Yeah.
They've got an entire area section dedicated to Oscars, and then you go into like a kind of a side circle room, and it's got a whole bunch of actual Oscars for different actors just around there in glass cases. And then they have one empty case dedicated to Hattie McDaniel, and with the plaque saying this is for the this is because her Oscar has been stolen and never recovered, and it was because she was never allowed to accept it on stage.
Yeah.
So they just leave it empty for her.
She never was able to take possession of that. That sucks.
Yeah.
All right. So The Wizard of Oz is nominated for Best Picture, Best Art Direction, and Best Special Effects.
What did it lose in the art direction?
I'm pulling that up right now.
Because art direction, I actually think I might have given it to it, depending on what it ran against.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now. It did win both the music categories, though.
Yes.
All right, art direction went to Gone with the Wind.
Oh. Yeah. I've never actually seen Gone with the Wind, but all the footage and the pictures I've seen, it does look fantastic.
Yeah. And I've never noticed literally a few weeks ago until it was pointed out to me the winged monkey that was in had clipped wings like a parrot. You keep. Oh wow, that's dark. Special effects went to a movie called The Rains Came. Exactly.
Yeah, this one had better special effects.
It definitely had better visual effects. Yeah. So it's just kind of weird. And again, I think a lot of that is a tone, just contributed to the fact this movie was not a box office success.
No. But yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone can argue that Over the Rainbow is an all-time great music song.
Yes, exactly. You just need to know any type of music and Over the Rainbow.
Yeah.
So not so much King of the Forest, but
I mean, you know what? Burt Lahr can do things with great things with his voice.
Yep, exactly.
You know, another thing that we both like text each other about that we haven't mentioned yet.
Oh yeah,
Ray Bolger. His
honestly,
physicalities.
He is probably, in terms of performance, the best thing in this movie. They probably hated the idea of a kiddie film winning.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, they're going to have to maybe make some adjustments to their horror stance this year, hopefully. But yeah, no, Ray Bolger is he's amazing in it. I mean, first of all, he's the first of the three that you meet. So he's in the movie longer, and he's just so animated, and it's just amazing how flexible.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think the only person that might in the history of movies might be able to match him for physicality would be Jim Carrey.
Yeah, Jim Carrey wasn't much of a dancer though, and that's the thing is that this was Ray Bolger's thing. Ray Bolger was a dancer,
and you can tell.
Yeah,
when he's like walking around with Dorothy after she first frees him, what he's doing with his legs is wow, just wow.
Yeah, no, it is incredible how flexible he is. I remember too, like right before he died, because he was the last of them to die. He died in 1987. He was on an episode of Different Strokes.
Oh.
And but he was still like, I don't remember why he was there, but he did his dance, and it was like, wow, he's still pretty agile for an old man.
Mm.
So yeah, I mean, this is not. I don't think I would ever put this in a list of my favorite movies.
No, actually, I'm. What was it you said last night?
No.
Yeah,
I don't remember what I had for breakfast this morning. Don't ask me to remember what I said last night.
Okay. You said the movie definitely has that old Hollywood MGM grandeur, but it really might not be an all-time classic.
Yeah,
and I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, no, this movie is lousy with the grandeur of MGM. This is the crown. This is a jewel in the MGM crown. It really, really is.
Yeah, and rightfully so.
Like more so than Gone with the Wind, which the ultimate victor in terms of the Oscars. But to Joe's point, this movie doesn't glorify the antebellum South.
No. It is a visually stunning movie.
It is.
It kind of falls apart the more you watch it.
Right, exactly. And maybe that's why the annual TV viewings might be better than repeated viewings whenever the hell you want to.
Not wrong.
No, I don't believe I am. But overall, this is still a fine movie. It's still fun to watch. Even with my kids and their cynicism, they still enjoy this one.
Yeah, like I said, if I had the choice between watching this again or watching Return to Oz again, I'm watching Return to Oz hands down.
Okay. Legitimately, I probably wouldn't watch either. There's a lot going on with the Return to Oz.
It's been a while since I've seen that one. That one might. I might need to rewatch that one from before too long.
Yeah. So
maybe that's
good here.
Maybe that's top for a good month.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we're definitely going to be set up for a really good month. I'm really hoping that we have the time. This is a short month, too. But then again, we also have to wait until the 15th of March, put it on the background and doing nothing. Not nearly as often as The Thing. Yeah, okay. I'll put it on occasionally.
I mean, both movies deal with a disembodied head.
That's very true. My go-to just in the background movie is always going to be the first Star Wars. Just does.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
My only problem with putting that on the background is I'd always be watching it and not doing what I want to do.
Exactly.
Oh.
So,
hey.
No.
Not a problem, Shiv. Always great to see you anytime.
It is. And you can watch our replay. Long story short, we liked the movie, however.
Yeah.
Probably the best way to put it.
Big however.
Yeah. I think that, again, I'm not gonna badmouth this movie, but I also can't say that to me it is it's in my top 100. Him as much anything.
Hey, we were fairly balanced.
We were balanced on this. There's a lot to love about this movie.
Trust me, they're kicking in now. So
yeah. So anyway, yeah. So we want to know, what are your thoughts on The Wizard of Oz?
Yeah.
When was the first time you watched it? Was it one of those annual TV viewings? Was it because you were inspired by the Kevin Nash character of Oz in early WCW back when Turner bought the rights to it?
I haven't seen that one.
Fistful of Yen? That's from Kentucky Fried Movie.
Oh, okay. Never seen that one, actually.
Yeah, okay. Or were you really late to the party? Were you inspired to watch The Wizard of Oz because Wicked came around?
Yeah. And if it was like a childhood, if you like absolutely adore it, how long has it been since you've seen it last?
Yeah. And again, we're just curious when the last time you watched it was. So leave a polite comment below there. Also, don't forget YouTube, so thumbs up, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. And we'll be back next week to do another Oscar also ran for Best Picture.
Yeah.
Again, we're trying to, because the Oscars aren't until March 15th, we might actually be able to expand throughout the month.
Yeah.
We could do that too, because I really kind of want to talk about a movie which I feel is going to be the Best Picture also ran.
Oh, you don't think?
You and I can talk about this offline, but I have a feeling we're going to see things and other things will not happen. So
okay, now I'm intrigued.
Okay, well, you can wait till after we get offline for that. Wicked is going to do to people who love Wizard of Oz, like Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings did to people.
You're probably not wrong.
Yeah. No, I remember when Wicked came out, the first Wicked came out, and I saw a lot of stuff on Blue Sky like, oh, I feel so much love for all the little girls who are going to get the book of Wicked after watching the movie and being horrifically disappointed. Okay, waiting for it. Patient. Thank you. No, we already reviewed that one. So anyway, Mike and I also host a little podcast called Geek Salad. You can check that out wherever you get your podcasts. We just recorded our episode where we discussed the music of 1996. That will be a two-parter. Hopefully I'll be able to crack on that this weekend because it's going to be flipping freezing this weekend here. So we get nothing better to do. And so we got that. You can also follow us on the socials. We are Geek Salad Podcast on Facebook and at Geek Salad Radio on Blue Sky. The goddamn Wicked book is so bloody slow. Triv, I will actually say I've never read it because I remember after the musical came out, the sales for the book spiked. And I believe it might have been my wife who was like, don't even think about reading it.
I believe Jonna read it. But I've never actually, I don't think I've ever actually asked her what she thinks of it. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, ask her after we're done here, because obviously she couldn't join us. We joined the musical. Do not read. Okay. Okay.
By the way, if your biggest mortal weakness is water, don't have any fucking buckets of water sitting around.
Again, it's like the movie Signs. Water is bad. However, we're going to invade a planet with 2/3 covered in it. I'm sorry, I didn't see what Triv wrote.
Oh, here.
YouTube book review. Just do not read.
I will take your advice on that.
That is sound advice. So anyway, looking forward to next week when we discuss another Best Picture also ran.
Yeah, one I've been wanting to rewatch for a while. I've seen it only once, but I've been wanting to get back to it.
Yeah, awesome. So, anything else in the comment list there, Mike?
People live in
Milwaukee too. Oh. So anyway, until next time, I'm Andy.
I'm Mike.
Go forth,
He's Joe.
be nerdful.
He's Trev. She's
Thank
Kurt.
you. Go forth, be nerdful, and fly, monkeys, fly, fly.